Doesn't get much slimmer than this, Apurva. Slim crowd here. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari 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 Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yasoda Nandana Raja Jana Ranjana Yasoda Nandana Raja Jana Ranjana Yasoda Nandana Raja Jana Ranjana Yasoda Nandana Raja Jana. Thank you, Prabhu. Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yasoda Nandana Raja Jana Ranjana 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 Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya, Prabhupada. Jai Om Vishnupad, Paramahansa Pavrikacharya Satira Sadashi Shrimad Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, ISKCON Founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Anantakoti Vaishnavinda Ki Jai, Namacharya, Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai, Premsika Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Dvaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhaktivinda Ki Jai, Jai Radha Krishna Gopa Gopanath Shai Mukunda Radha Kunda Giri Gaurani Ki Jai, Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Mayapur Navadip Dham Ki Jai, Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Gaur Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 So we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam today. We're continuing with the story of the battle with Shalva, and we'll be reading texts number 30 and 31. Kim nu vakshe, I'll do it again. Kim nu vakshe bishangamya. Pitaro Ramakeshavo. Yudat samyag apakranta. Prishtas tatrat mana shamam. Kim nu vakshe bishangamya. Pitaro Ramakeshavo. Yudat samyag apakranta. Prishtas tatrat manashamam. Kim nu vakshe bishangamya. Pitaro Ramakeshavo. Yudat samyag apakranta. Prishtas tatrat manashamam. Kim nu vakshe prasangamya. Pitaro Ramakeshava. Yudat samyag apakranta. Prishtas tatrat manashamam. Kim nu vyakshe visangamya. Vitara Ramakeshava. Yudat samyag apakranta. Prishtas tatrat manashamam. Yim nu vakshe bisangamya. Pitaro Ramakeshavo. Yudat samyaga pankrata. Prishtas tatrat manashamam. Kim nu vakshe bishangamya. Thank you. Pitara Rama Keshava. Yudat samyaga pakranta. Prishtas tatra manashamam. Someone's going to have to do the board. Kim. What? Nu. Then. Vakshe. I will say. Abhisangamya. Anyway. Meeting. Pitaro. With my fathers. Ramakeshava. Balaram and Krishna. Yudat. From the battle. Samyak. All together. Apakrantaha. Fled. Prishtaha. Questioned. Tatra. In that case. Atmanaha. For myself. Nishamam. Fitting. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, by the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. What will I say to my fathers, Ram and Keshava, when I return to them after having simply fled the battle? What can I tell them that will befit my honor? Please repeat. What will I say to my fathers? Ram and Keshava. When I return to them after having simply fled the battle. What can I tell them that will befit my honor? Purport. Sri Pradumna here uses the word pitaro, fathers, loosely. Lord Balaram was, of course, his uncle. And I will read now Sanatana Goswami's Tika before going on to the next verse. Ram means, quote, he who gives joy to his relatives by killing the enemy, unquote. Keshava means, quote, he who kills Keshi as play, unquote. Thus, Rama Keshavo indicates that their great prowess. I have completely strayed from my duty. This is Pradumna speaking. Dharmat instead of Yudat. Or what is auspicious action arising from piety? What activity will I say is suitable for me? Nothing is suitable. Or when asked about what is beneficial, protecting my swadharma, what will I say? I am ashamed. Text number 31. Vyaktat me katayishyanti hasyanto bratri jamaya klaibyam katam vira tanvayai katyatam ride. Certainly my sisters-in-law will laugh at me and say, "Oh, hero, tell us how in the world your enemies turned you into such a coward in battle." And reading Jiva Goswami's Tika, having fallen from my great dharma, this is again putting words into Pradumna's mouth, but he's expanding the explanation here. Having fallen from my great dharma, I will be mocked. The wives of my elder cousins will speak. Tell us how you have become impotent because of the enemies. O hero, they will joke in saying this. Or, will this weakness be described by others? It will not be spoken by anyone. The meaning they will convey is, you should not be embarrassed. He says this is an important line here. He says this to scold his charioteer, Such wounding words were not actually to be said by his relatives. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pasai Buddhale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminitanamani Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharane Nirvasesa Shunyavadi Praschachadeshtarni Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanevyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Dvaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. These words being spoken here mirror words spoken by Krishna to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra before the battle was actually fought. In the second chapter, this is from this one section, this is verse number 33. If, however, you do not perform your religious duty of fighting, then you will certainly incur sins for neglecting your duties and thus lose your reputation as a fighter. People will always speak of your infamy, and for a respectable person, dishonor is worse than death. The great generals who have highly esteemed your name and fame will think that you have left the battlefield out of fear only, and thus they will consider you insignificant. So on the face of it, these words being spoken by Pradyumna here, they echo Krishna's instructions to Arjuna. Of course, the instructions that he gives in the second chapter, in that section of the second chapter, are the last of a long series of verses which are meant to try to help Arjuna understand that he's supposed to fight. And these represent the lowest reasons to fight. And the highest reasons to fight are, of course, that you're not your body, that everyone in this battlefield is going to die anyway, and therefore you should do your duty. You should be equipoised in different situations, whether it's happiness or distress, loss or gain. And, these are deeper and more profound philosophical explanations. And then, of course, Krishna even gets to the point where he says, well, even if you think you're going to die, death is inevitable anyway, so, why not do your duty? And then he comes to the point where he says, hey, if you don't do your duty, you're going to be laughed at and considered to be a fool. So this is the last of what Pradyumna is speaking here before the next two verses that end the chapter will be the charioteer responding to Pradyumna. But it's clear here, at least from what Jiva Goswami says, is that these words that Pradyumna is speaking about his fallen nature, and of course if you go back to the first verse that he speaks about, he chastised the charioteer. Why'd you take me out of the battlefield? I shouldn't be here. I should be on the battlefield. That all these words, even the words where he's here lamenting, oh my, why have I become a weakling, are really meant to chastise the charioteer, because he's upset that the charioteer acted as he did, taking him from the battlefield, because he's a Kshatriya and doesn't want to be pulled away from the battlefield. Because Kshatriyas, the code is that you fight and win, or fight and die, but you don't give up. At the same time, the charioteer has a duty to serve his master, so he saved the master's life. And as Bir Krishna Maharaj gave the example of other instances where charioteers saved the life of the great warrior in battle. So everyone's doing their duties, but sometimes the duties don't actually mesh up perfectly. So we see that even in Krishna consciousness as a little sidelight, that even within our society, everyone does their duty, but sometimes, the duties may not completely coincide with each other in a nice way. So we can see here that there's no hard feelings really between the charioteer and Pradyumna, because they're actually working together as one unit, and this is just a very difficult situation. But moving on to the deeper, the Bhagavatam works in so many levels. This is a great pastime. We're also seeing some play between the charioteer and Pradyumna, but there's also deep instructions in the Bhagavatam that we can understand from the text itself and the acharyas. But the interesting fact here is, and this goes along with what's been spoken about in the last few classes, is that the idea is that Kshatriyas don't surrender, because they don't surrender on the battlefield. But on the other hand, devotees do surrender to Krishna. So if you're a devotee, you surrender to Krishna, and if you're a Kshatriya, you don't ever surrender. But what does it mean by surrender? Surrender has this idea, there's this idea of surrender, meaning, of course, in English, that you're putting up a white flag because someone's already beat you up or they're threatening to kill you, etc. But surrender, if you look at the nuanced meanings, there are other meanings besides just the most obvious, it means that one yields. That means gives way. Like when we're entering the highway, we yield. It doesn't mean we're surrendering to the cars coming, but we're moving out of the way so that things will work and flow in the proper way. We're yielding our right to actually just barge onto the highway at the risk of causing an accident, because we're using our intelligence to let things work properly. So there's good yielding and there's bad yielding. In other words, if we yield to something that's lower, like our lower senses, our lust, anger, and greed, we yield to that, we end up falling into a degraded condition. But if we yield to Krishna and his desires to have us enter into relationship with him, then we're elevated in consciousness. And we can even see this play out within a few verses in the Bhagavad Gita. You have Krishna speaking to Arjuna in verse 3 of the second chapter, after Arjuna has lamented throughout the first chapter about how I can't fight this battle because, and he gives great reasons. Family tradition to be destroyed. How can I possibly kill, my superiors? They raised me. I'm not going to become a killer of my teachers and father and grandfather, etc. These are good reasons. No one. If you want to see somebody who's really evil, you look at someone who's killed their parents. That's a really horrible thing. And he says he doesn't want to do that. And he gives plenty of good reasons. And also, I don't want to destroy the world. After the battle, all the women are going to be unprotected. Horrible things. And he's right. But Krishna says to him, O son of Prita, do not yield to this degrading impotence. It does not become you. Give up such petty weakness of heart and arise, O chastiser of the enemy. He says, look, you're a Kshatriya. It's kind of figuratively slapping him across the face, saying, snap out of it, Arjuna. Don't do this. Don't you see that you're actually, a great hero, and you're supposed to not yield or give in to these lower impulses. When we give in to lower impulses, they'll lead us into a very bad situation. And here it looks like, what's a lower impulse? It doesn't seem to be a lower impulse, not wanting to kill your family, but it is for a Kshatriya not doing his duty and not listening to Krishna. Because anytime we turn away from Krishna, we're actually acting towards our lower impulse. We're acting against our real self-interest, because our real self-interest is to become aware of our relationship with Krishna and then act on it by becoming a lover of Krishna. So a few verses later, Arjuna changes his mind, and in a famous verse, Karpanya dosho pahatasvabhava prachami tvam dharma samuda cheta yachtreyasyan nishitam bruhitan me shishyas teham shadimam tvam prapanam. Shishyas teham, I'm now your shishya, I'm your student. I am now confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. He's like, he's admitting that, oh yes, Krishna, you're right. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. I yield to you now, he's saying. I'm yielding to you. I'm giving up my position as a controller in this material world, and I'm giving you the reins to lead me to the proper purpose in my life. And that proper purpose of that life and every life in this material world is to serve Krishna. Now, that surrendering impulse, interesting enough, that's a very direct question asked by Prabhupada, by an Indian man. And Prabhupada's very direct answer really helps us to focus in exactly on what it means to yield to Krishna, to give our lives to Krishna, to understand our relationship is not, our real relationships are not the relationships we have within this material world with our families, with our friends, and with our society, our nation, whatever. Those, I mean, they're real, and we'd have to be hard-hearted and almost like, you know, unnaturally, we'd be in an unnatural state of mind if we didn't have love and affection for those who are close to us. Even we see in this pastime, Shalva's going to, try to trick Krishna into thinking that his father's been killed, and Krishna for a moment will show, some remorse or he's stunned. So it's natural. We have love for our family. We have love for our wife, our children, our whatever, for our devotee friends. But we love ultimately in relationship to Krishna, not just on the bodily platform. So, but Prabhupada, this question and Prabhupada's direct and forceful answer really clarifies exactly where we should be reposing our love and where we should surrender. And let's use that term, surrender, as a point, who we should yield to. Should we yield to Maya? That's the desires of our senses and our mind. Or should we yield to Krishna? That is the Krishna's desires as expressed most clearly through our spiritual master. Indian guest. And he uses strange English here. Is this surrender made or does it happen? So he's saying, do we actually voluntarily surrender, or does it just happen to us, this surrender? Prabhupada said, you are already surrendered, but you are surrendered to the police of God. Just like a citizen. He has to surrender. He has to surrender to the police or to the government. If he surrenders to the government, then he hasn't got to go. Then he hasn't got to go to police custody in jail. So instead of surrendering to Krishna, we have surrendered to his Maya, and Maya is punishing us. Here it is. There was a famous singer, who I will leave unnamed, but if you were around, and I mean, I was already a devotee, but I did hear this song because it was famous. You've got to serve someone. Maybe the devil or maybe the Lord, but you got to serve someone. He was a Christian at that point, this particular singer. He gave it up, but at least during that one particular song, he was right. You got to serve Maya or you got to serve Krishna. And the Christians say it too. You either serve mammon, which means material energy, or you serve God. So Prabhupada lays it out here. Either you serve, it's like, if you're surrender to the government, like paying your taxes. The taxes are due, you have to pay them, and if you pay them, everybody's fine, you're never bothered. But if you decide, I'm just not going to pay my taxes, guess what? You get fined, you may go to jail, whatever. Oh, the government's bad. No, you surrendered to the wrong side. You decided to surrender to the cheating side instead of the cooperation side. So we have to understand that we have to surrender to Krishna. Now the problem is, it's a lot easier, at least in our conditioned state, to surrender to Maya. We swim in a world of Maya. It's right here. Oh boy, everything I ever wanted. You can find it on your phone, especially. And if you do surrender to Maya on your phone, guess what? The phone gives you much more Maya. As soon as you make that stupid click, you're going to find a lot more. If you want to look at cat videos, they're going to show you cat videos all day long. You want to look at, people making stupid mistakes, making fools of themselves. You'll get that all day long. If you want that, maybe I don't even want that, but, I bought into that. So it's easy to fall into Maya. In fact, we're not falling into Maya, we're already in Maya. It's like someone who's in the ocean. It's easy to fall in the ocean. Sorry, you're in the ocean. You didn't fall in the ocean, you're in it. I'm in it. So Prabhupada ends this particular answer to this man by quoting a verse. And this verse, another famous verse from the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7, verse number 14. Daivi yesha gunamayi mama maya dharatya mam eva ye prapadyante mayam etam taranti te. This divine energy of mine, consisting of the three modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome, but those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. Okay, Daiviyesha Gunamayi. So this energy, which is Gunamayi, the three modes of nature. You've got ignorance. If you like ignorance, intoxication, sleep, madness. Okay, you want to go for that. Passion, big buildings, fast cars, beautiful women or men, depending on your gender, fame, prestige, etc. And then the mode of goodness, peace and love, and a beautiful backyard full of flowers and birds and everything else. And this is really nice. They're all binding. So, we could get to the mode of goodness and think, wow, it's pretty nice. And if we want the mode of goodness, the heavenly planets are calling. And we can stay there for a long time, but we'll come back here. So, what is it? He says it's Mama Maya, my Maya is hard. It's really hard. And Maya's the hardest, not when she's cruel, but when she's nice. When she's nice, when she gives us everything we want. I mean, she's always cruel in the sense that she keeps us from Krishna, but she's hard. So what does Krishna say? But if you surrender or you yield to him, then we can easily cross beyond him. So what is this yielding? Well, Shishaste mam prapana. Arjuna said it. I'm your disciple, and I'm surrendered unto you. O Gurudev, Kripa Bindu Diya. Only by your mercy can I actually attain the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And what does Gurudev teach? Gurudev teaches that we have to follow in the footsteps of the great Mahajans. And the Mahajans, their example is that they always speak about Krishna, they always serve Krishna, and their lives are great examples of how to be Krishna conscious. So when I was preparing for this class, I was thinking, what is it? I mean, of course, we can and we should every day chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We should be chanting japa with full attention, at least part of the time. We have, a couple hours or more, 16 rounds or more to focus, and hopefully we get at least some of that chanting done really focused, and we stay away from the offenses which keep us from really making progress. But beyond that also, there are different limbs of bhakti, living in association of devotees and living in a holy place, seeing and worshiping the deity. But another one is to hear Krishna Katha. That means, to hear from the Bhagavatam. Because by hearing from Krishna and hearing about Krishna, our consciousness becomes cleansed, because these words in the Bhagavatam, they just, when the doctor gives you eardrops, it's to clear up your earwax, right? But when the pure devotee drops the nectar of Krishna Katha in your ear, it doesn't stop at the ear, it goes to the heart. So that's the real cleansing of the ear, not just to clear the earwax, but to clear the wax out of our heart, which is dirty and encrusted there over a long, long time. So I was thinking about who's a good example of remembering Krishna in an adverse situation, or when things aren't perfect. And what came to mind was when the gopis were in the section of the Srimad Bhagavatam, from the 29th chapter to the 33rd chapter of the 10th canto, or the 5 chapters about the rasa dance. And it's a really, really intimate chapter. But we can learn from this chapter, especially when we learn about the mood of the gopis. So, the gopis became proud of being the most fortunate women in the universe. And of course, they are the most fortunate women in the universe. But then Krishna decided, poof, I'm gone. Even the gopis, Yuga Yatam Nimi Chaina, 12, when you're gone, it's like 12 years or more, I'm suffering. So they're suffering. How do they mitigate their suffering? Well, they mitigate their suffering, or they try to, they become Krishna conscious in separation by remembering his pastime. So in the 30th chapter, there's a whole section where they're going to the trees and the creepers and to the deer and to the different animals, saying, "Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna?" And they're completely absorbed looking for Krishna. Of course, that's how the 6 Goswamis were too. Where is Krishna? And that search for Krishna becomes completely absorbing. And then they start enacting the different pastimes of Krishna, the killing of Putana, the killing of Trinavarta, Aghasura, all these different pastimes. And they're filled with remembrance of Krishna. This is for us. Where is Krishna? Here are the pastimes. How wonderful. And then there's the section where as they're going along, they start, and I'll read some of these verses, they start noticing that Krishna is with someone. Of course, that someone is Srimati Radharani. While the gopis were thus imitating Krishna's pastimes and asking about Krishna, Vrindavan's creepers and trees where Krishna, the Supreme Soul, might be, they happened to see his footprints in a corner of the forest. Oh, his footprints! The marks of the gopis said, the marks of a flag, lotus, thunderbolt, elephant goad, barley corn, and so forth. On these footprints clearly distinguish them as belonging to that great soul, the son of Nanda Maharaj. see this as remembrance. They're not with him, but they're seeing signs of him. These are udipanas. They spring the love in our heart. They wake us up. The gopis began following Krishna's path as shown by his many footprints. But when they saw that these prints were thoroughly intermixed with those of his dearmost consort, they became perturbed and spoke as follows. Here we see the footprints of some gopi, guess who must have been walking along with the son of Nanda Maharaj. He must have put his arm around her shoulder just as an elephant rests his trunk on the shoulder of his accompanying she-elephant. Certainly, this particular gopi has perfectly worshipped the all-powerful personality of Godhead Govinda, since he was so pleased with her that he abandoned the rest of us and brought her to a secluded place. They're just remembering how wonderful it is that Krishna is with Srimati Radharani. Oh, girls, the dust of Govinda's lotus feet is so sacred that even Brahma, Shiva, and the goddess Rama, goddess of fortune, take that dust upon their heads and dispel sinful reactions. Should take the breath away from us when we think of this, because, Brahma wants the dust of the feet of Krishna and Radharani. These footprints of that special gopi greatly disturb us. Of all the gopis, she alone was taken away to a secluded place where she is enjoying the lips of Krishna. Look, we can't see her footprints over there. It's obvious that the grass and sprouts were hurting the tender soles of her feet, and so the lover lifted up his beloved. Now, I can't go into it, but actually Radharani gets proud and he vanishes. And so when they come up to her, they see Radharani there, and she's crying and bereft of Krishna. So then they're all bereft of Krishna. And they're all thinking, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? And the chapter ends, the second and the last verse of the chapter. It's such a wonderful verse because it tells us what we should do. First of all, I wish I felt I was bereft of Krishna all the time. I am separated from Krishna, but I'm separated big time because my mind is separated. But if we could only get our minds on Krishna, then we might feel separated from Krishna. But here's the example. What do you do if you want to remember Krishna and be Krishna conscious? Here's the example. Their minds absorbed in thoughts of him. They converse about him, acted out his pastimes, and felt themselves filled with his presence. They completely forgot about their homes as they loudly sang the glories of Krishna's transcendental qualities. We forget about our problems. We forget about our issues, the world around us. Now, we got to pay the mortgage, and we got to make sure the kids get to school, and we got to make sure we eat properly. These are things we have to do. But we don't become absorbed in those things. We become absorbed in what? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And as it states in the Bhagavad Gita in the 9th chapter, 14th verse, this is the goal we should always be thinking about. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantas cha dridavrata namasyantas cha mam bhakya nitya yukta pasate. Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. We should always be chanting Krishna, Satata Kirtayanto Mam. Satatam, always, Kirtayanta, chanting, what? Mam, about me, Krishna. Yatantascha Dridavrata, endeavoring with Dridavrata, with determination. Well, what do? Namasyanta, offer obeisances in devotion. Nitya yukta upasate. We're perpetually engaged in worship. Because that's what it's going to be forever once we actually get there. And we don't have to go anywhere. We just simply have to crawl out of the ocean of Maya and get the towel of the pure devotee's mercy and dry off and go into the kingdom of the spiritual world and live there with Krishna and leave that ugly ocean behind. Hare Krishna.
Bolo Hari Hari Mukunda Murari Rama Krishna Hayagriva.
Bolo Hari Hari Mukunda Murari Rama Krishna Hayagriva.
Nishinhavamana Srimadu Sudana Brajendra Nandana Shyama Satana Kaitava Satana Jaya Dasarati Rama Yashoda Dulala Govinda Gopala Brindavana Purandara Gopi Priya Jana Radhikaramana Bhuvana Sundara Bara Ravanantakara Makhana Daskara Gopi Jana Vastrahari Brajera Rakala Gopa Vrindapala Chittare Vansedari Jogindra Bandana Srinandanandana Brajajana Bayahare Nadina Nirada Rupa Manohara Machana Vansiri Hari Yashodanandana Kamsa Moisnishudana Nikunjara Savilasi Kadamba Granana Rasa Parayana Brindave Pinanivasi Ananda Vardana Premaniketana Ulasara Jojakakama Gopangana Gana Chitta Vinodana Samasaguna Ganadama Jamuna Jivana Kali Parayana Manasachandra Chakura Namasudara Sagao Krishna Jasa Rakovachana Manamura Sesha Aloka Pravesha Nidrachari Uttojiva. Bolo Hari Hari Mukunda Murari Rama Krishna Hayagriva. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Bol. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Radha Golokananda, Radha Golokananda Radhe. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Sri Vrindavadam. Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Sila Prabhupada.
Chant the holy names of Lord Hari, giver of liberation, enemy of the demon Mora, supreme enjoyer, all attractive, and high agriva,
Presented incarnation.
wearing a half man, half lion incarnation. Brahmana, dwarf Brahmana incarnation, killer of demon Madhu, beloved son of Braja's ruler, beautifully dark complexioned, slayer of witch Putana, destroyer of the demon Kaitaba, victorious son of Dasarath, Lord Ram, darling of Yashoda, giver of pleasure to cows, land and spiritual senses, cow protector, Lord of Vrindavan, the gopis beloved, lover of Radhika, and most beautiful in all the worlds, cause of demon Ravana's demise is Lord Ram, butter thief, robber of the gopi girls' clothes, young herdsman of Braj, protector of the thief of hearts and flute carrier, worshipped by the best of the yogis, Nanda's joy, remover of all fears for people of Braj, colored like a fresh rain cloud, enchanting in form, and charming while wandering and playing a flute, Yashoda's joy, vanquisher of demon king Kamsa, enjoyer of the rasa dance among the forest groves, and especially under the Kadamba trees, and resident of the woods of Brinda, increasing the ecstasy of his devotees, reservoir of all love, the transcendental Cupid who uses his flowered arrows to increase the loving desires of the gopis, the pleasure of the hearts of all cowherd women and men, and the abode of all wonderful qualities, life of the Aruna River, always absorbed in amorous pastimes, and moon of the mind. Like the moonlight feeding Chikora bird. Heed my words, O mind. These holy names are full of nectarian mellows. Therefore sing the glories of Krishna. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur Ki Jai. And we'll be singing the glories of the holy name tomorrow afternoon, 4 to 6 in Chapel Hill, and right in front of the post office on Franklin Street as usual. Students are back. It's going to be sunny and hot, but not as hot as today. So please come out, 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon at the post office on Franklin Street in Chapel Hill. You're going to come?
I'll be missing that.
Okay. Okay. Well, anyway. Chaitadarpanam arjanam bhavamahadavagni nirvanam sriyakaivarya chandrikavitaranam vijavayam jivanam anandam buddhivardhanam pratitam pranamrita swaranam sarvatmasnapanam bharam vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam nam namakari bahuda nija sarva shaktis tatrapita niyamita smaranena kala etadrishi. Thank you so much. Durdaiva midrishami hajjani nanuraga Nadapi sunichena tarorapi suhishuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari nadanam najanam nasundarim kavitam vajagadishakamahe mama janmini ishvare bhavatad bhaktirohitaki twai ainanda tanuja kinkaram Patitam mam vishame bhavam budau Kripayata vapada pankaja Stita duli sadrashim vachintaya Nayanam gadashudaya Varanam gadgarudaya gira Pulakarnishitam vabukada Tavanamagrahane bhavishyati Yugayatam namishena Chakshusha bhavashayatam Shuna